And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another video here on the What's the Story channel. It has been an entire week since the last time I posted a video, and I wanted to get, I wanted really bad to get this raid done sometime in the last few days, but I got occupied with work. Every single time one of my guilds was going into the raid, I was at work. So I couldn't do it, and every single time I tried to get into a raid, everybody's already the world first is going on right now, and the people that are doing just normal mode are really picky, and you know how it is. For those of you that play the game, you know the people that put up random groups, usually it's because they're pretty insufferable people that that can't get their friends to join them. Hopefully that's not the case with me. In all seriousness, I did have an invite for one. No, actually, I had an invite for a couple. I had a couple of my guilds on 2 different tunes asked me to come along, and I was just working. I was just stuck working at the time, so I wasn't available to do them. I guess we're going this route. We're once again doing Wing 3. I'm doing Raid Finder to do Wing 3. So we're finally going to continue moving on with the main storyline and the campaign quests. And Wing number 3 is Crown of the Cosmos, and this is the one and only boss that we're going to have here. It's the last boss of the raid, very similar to the last couple of raids in the last couple of in the last expansion. Let's see. Crown of the Cosmos. The whispers have grown louder, and the shadows deeper. Xal'atath now seeks to unleash the might of the Voidspire. All right, so we are at the top of Xal'atath's fortress of sorts, although it's looking like we may have yet another strong fortress of hers that we're going to have to deal with eventually. This is just the initial fortress. It's Mario. Sorry, your princess is in another castle. You know, this is just level 1 of Mario, basically. All right. So anyway, I digress. All right. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and check out where. Let's see. We are right here. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Crown of the Cosmos, and we will be facing Alleria, it looks like, in this last one. And man, for the record, I tried really, really hard to avoid watching the cinematic. I kept myself in a bubble. I saw a couple of videos. Well, I didn't actually watch videos, but I saw the titles of the videos, things along the lines of, "Oh my God, they pulled the trigger." So I don't know what that means. I got a feeling something really substantial is going to happen with this fight. So I have not seen this ending cinematic for this raid yet. So when that happens, you're going to get my genuine reaction to what happens at the end of this raid. I'm assuming something terrible is going to happen. My guess is they're going to kill off Turalyon. I think that's what's going to happen, because obviously, because that's been the theme of the raid so far. We've had to take out all these members of the Vanguard of the Light. We lost Mountain Fist at the very start. We had the 3 bosses, or the one boss fight that was 3 members of the Vanguard. We had to take all of them out. So my guess is something is going to happen at the end of this fight that's going to make us lose Turalyon. I don't think we're going to lose Eretor, because they're just establishing this character as somebody that's going to be important down the road. But I have a feeling they're going to take out Turalyon. I think we're going to lose him. That's just my theory. I could be wrong. Let's find out. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and oh my goodness. Okay, Crown of the Cosmos. High atop the Voidspire, Xal'atath marshals her dark army from across the Voidstorm. Aided by Turalyon, Eretor, and Alleria. Yeah, Turalyon's here. He's at this fight. I got a feeling Xal'atath is going to kill him, or Alleria is going to become so overwrought with Void that Light Madness will overcome Terralion, and Alleria is going to forcibly or maybe accidentally kill Terralion. I think that's maybe what's going to happen. All right, so anyway, I'm sorry. The mortals of Azeroth must confront her before she unleashes the might of the Voidspire against her enemies. All right, and yes, we will be facing Alleria, and there's 3 big void monsters that actually have names: Morium, Demiar, and Vorelis. All right, so I don't think these are just random mobs of ads. I think these are all void creatures that actually have names. So we'll find out exactly what that entails. All right, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and queue up. You know, we're just logging in right at the beginning of the reset, so I don't think this will take too long, because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of folks that are anxious to get into this fight. All right, so queue up. And while we are waiting, I don't think it'll take too long. Average wait time 24 minutes, so it may take a little while. But while we have some time, gameplay, we go over the boss fight. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, overview. All right, so Alleria Windrunner begins the fight. Held back by undying sentinels from the void, she periodically strikes out at friend and foe alike with both void effects and silver strike arrow. Alright, so she's overcome with void madness at the start of this fight, and just attacks everything. They attacks us, attacks the bad guys we're facing. Alright, so it's probably I'm assuming the actual ones we have to take out are the big nasties, are void creatures, which seems a little weird because we never met Morium or Demiar or Vorelis at any point. It would have made a lot more sense if these are the 3 characters we're fighting. It would have made more sense if we actually met these characters sometime over the course of the storyline when we were questing through Voidstorm. You know, I hate it when just boss characters are introduced with no introduction. You know, I feel no reason to go after them. There's no stakes. You know, there's no interest. There's no reasoning behind us wanting to get into the fight. Okay. So, alright, Silver Strike Arrow. Alleria marks a player, firing a silver-lined arrow through them. The arrow inflicts 93,000 arcane damage in a line and removes void effects from player. And removes void effect. Okay, so if you've got a void effect on you, it's ideal to get hit by the arrow. So you can take the debuff off. Alright. When each of the Undying Sentinels have been destroyed, Alleria crashes into the platform and creates a rift simulacrum to assault her enemies with Call of the Void and Ranger Captain's Mark. Oh, okay. Alright, so we will have... Okay, the Sentinels which are these 3 guys right here. We have to take them out first, and then she descends to the platform, and then we've got to subdue Alleria. Alright. Alright. So, Call of the Void. Celestial energy bursts around Alleria, inflicting 100,000 shadow damage. Call forth Undying Void spawn. Alright, so, and then she calls nasty void creatures to us. Alright. Ranger Captain's Mark. Alright, so basically Hunter's Mark, basically. Alleria applies a Ranger Captain's Mark to random players within 40 yards. Upon expiration, fires a Silver Strike ricochet at them. Alright, and we don't see what that is. Alright, so things to look out for as damage dealers. Alright, Silver Strike Arrow, we saw that already. Let's see, Corrupting Essence. Void droplets will slash targets with Corrupting Essence when it dies. Alright, so Void droplets are little void ants that we've got to take out here and there. And what the hell is this idiot doing? Somebody's just... He's just playing around, probably with a toy, I'm guessing. Let's see. So, Corrupting Essence. The droplet erupts with void upon death and splashes the nearest player or sentinel within 15 yards. This inflicts 20,000 damage and causes the target to take 30% increased damage for 20 seconds. Oh, okay. So, all right, these tiny little void droplets that happen during probably the first half of the fight when the big guys are up. So when you kill them next to the big guys, then they splash that debuff on them, and that makes them take 30% increased damage. So kill the little droplets next to the big guys, so we can take out the big guys faster. That's how that works. All right. Aspect of the End reduces healing received until the target moves away from the arrow. All right. So Alleria marks players with a consuming arrow, reducing their healing received by 10% until they move 30 minutes or whatever. Oh, okay. So there's a. All right. So they'll. Okay, so she puts out kind of like a trap arrow that takes up a little bit of room, and if we're close to where that arrow is, we take 10% more damage. So we have to move away from it to get that debuff off of us. So watch for the Aspect of the End arrow. All right, for the healers, let's see. Arrow, okay, Silver Strike arrow and Aspect of the End is the same. They have something else they need to look out for called Null Corona. Null Corona absorbs a large amount of healing and can be moved to another player when dispelled. Alright, so Null Corona is something that is placed on party members. I don't know by Alleria or by the Void Sentinels, but if it gets dispelled on... Okay, so at any given point, that's going to be on somebody. Because if it gets dispelled in the midst of it being on you, it just moves to another player. So it's almost like a possession kind of thing. You get stuck with it, you get dispelled from it, and it's up in the air, and it goes to another player over here. Right? So it's one of those kind of deals right there. So that's gonna be an annoying thing that healers are gonna have to watch out for. So keep an eye on the player that's got stuck with Null Corona. So low-level people that have Null Corona stuck on you, you may be screwed in this fight, for sure. Alright, so. And for the tanks, let's see, Echoing Darkness, did we see? Oh, no, this is, okay, so this is new stuff. Okay, so tanks have very specific stuff that they have to look out for. So for the tanks, Undying Sentinels utilize Echoing Darkness when no players are in melee combat. When no players are within melee range, the Undying Sentinel releases void energy in a dark wave. So, so somebody needs to be next to the Sentinel. So this is where it helps to have melee DPS in your group. This is guys like me that play warrior DPS. All right. So if no players are close to any one given Sentinel, then they unleash this thing, and it's a void energy, a dark wave. It's kind of it gives waves of progressive shadow that just pop in here and there. Ooh, we are in. All right. Empowering Darkness, Aspect of the End, Gravity Collapse, Reverting Darkness. Oh, and there's a knockback called Gravity Collapse. That's something to look out for. All right, so, all right. Well, we got most of it. All right. Empowering Darkness affects Alleria's allies within a large area. The Rift Simulacrum grants Alleria and her Voidspire 10% reduced damage taken, 5% increased damage done every second while they are within 25 yards of it. So, alright, so keep Alleria out of Empowering Darkness, because that just really powers her up. She gives more damage, she takes less damage. So get her out of Empowering Darkness. It's probably a pool of void on the ground.
Oh, Alleria. If I had known you would all simply kill each other, I wouldn't have gone through all this effort. But perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Not after Tyrallion cut open your own son.
On the core here. Alright, so this is the end of the previous fight. So at the end of this fight, Xal'atath shows up to taunt us once again. And now we're on the core, and we're going to be probably transported to wherever Xal'atath is now. At least that is my guess, as it stands right now. Alright, good lord. 15 minutes into the video, and we're finally about to start the fight. Thank you for all of you that listen to these videos and put up with me rambling on. Okay. Now we have a charged core. So do we click this thing, or what? Okay. Alleria grimaces in pain. Where is Alleria? I don't see her anywhere. She's probably floating around hiding somewhere. Okay, yeah, just get a quick door. Okay, yeah, alright.
Keeping my promise, of course. Taking everything she loves, leaving her with nothing but the void.
We must make haste. Xal'atath is using Alleria's rage and pain to erode her mastery over the void.
After what happened with Terralia and Iberator, I can see how Alleria would struggle to maintain control. I doubt I'd be able to if it were me.
Yep, okay, here are the Sentinels. There's Morium and Demiar and Vrelis. And they're just making void portals in the area. Oh boy. Alleria is trapped by Xal'atath, who is giving her a whole lot of, they are all infusing her with void. So, we're just gonna pick a we're gonna pick a void creature, I guess.
Stay back! Do not interfere! The burden is more than you can bear. No one is safe! No one is safe! Get away while you can!
Alright, so I guess it's we just take these guys out one at a time.
Make me do this!
Alright. So not too tough. Ah, come on. Get the hell out of the way of that.
No one is safe! The burden is more than you can bear.
third sentinel is almost down. We'll see what happens to Alleria once he gets taken out. There we go.
The power! I can't contain it!
Fight it, brother! You're stronger than the void!
Oh, man.
Hear us.
Enough posturing,
Damage taken
Alleria.
reduced by
It's
99%.
time to embrace what you truly are.
Okay, we're just alright, we're just avoiding shit, basically. Alright. Is this whole thing gonna be safety dance? Alright, alright. You got okay, now we got it. Now we take her. Now we take her. All right. All right. Hopefully we are just subduing her, and we're not.
I never miss right now.
Okay. So it's all a bunch of general avoiding stuff right here. Let me see if we can take out a couple of these ads. Because they very well could become a problem later on. Well, Simulacrum, I think, maybe is the more important one. Oh boy. They're all stuck in a little blade on that side. I'm just staying on the Simulacrum for now, just to be on the safe side. Oh, I got some. Oh, hold on. Oh, I got the Null Corona on me.
Get away while you can! I never miss it.
Okay, somebody just fell. There we go. Okay.
Right now.
Ah, come on. Alright, and the Simulacrum is down. Alright, now, okay, so when we kill the Simulacrum, that gets us to the next phase of the fight.
The ground is breaking apart! Damn you, Xal'atath! Release her!
Avoid. Alright. And with now we're stuck on just one portion now. Alright, so so it's ideal for the entire raid to stay together in one section. Because you're screwed and you're stuck on another section if you're in that area, that part of the fight.
You cannot break the void's grasp.
Where the hell? There we go. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna keep my back away from the side just in case there's a knockback in here that I forgot about. go, here we go. Oh, come on. There we go. All right.
You cannot break the void's wrath.
Wait.
None will stand in my way.
Really careful where we stand here.
I go to the whole field.
Stretch now. We got a little under 20%. All right, we gotta jump. We gotta jump in. We gotta jump in. Here we go. Oh. Thank God for heroic leap on warriors.
The burden is more than you can bear.
Alright, I think we got it. I think we got it. Okay, 10%. Less than 10%. We're almost there. Almost there, guys. Alright, here we go, here we go. Here we go, almost there.
The burden is more than you can bear. This is my fight.
Alright. Got it. All right.
Stopped.
All right. Here's our cinematic. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we've subdued her.
Mother, hang on, my love.
All right.
I'm here.
Touching. But you're far too late to save anyone.
Man. All right.
And now,
Oh boy.
the moment of truth.
Terralian's
I will
gonna
die
come.
before I serve you. Serve me?
No.
Despite all we've been through, it was never actually you.
Oh, the blade.
Required.
Oh dear God. Oh my God. Bro. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are we killing off Alleria? Holy. Oh my God. Oh dear God. Oh, she wanted the Dark Naru that was in her. Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Oh boy. Oh dear God.
Behold! The dark well opens!
The Dark Well, as opposed to the Sun Well. Now they're both falling.
Mother!
Oh, and he got transported out. And both Terralian and Alleria are gone.
Mother!
And there's Eretor, left alone with Umbric.
The tether worked. But we've lost them all. We've lost everything.
Oh boy. And the bad guys win. Wow. Okay. Well, that is That's a tad bit disappointing right there. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Well, that's an upgrade. And I lose both of them. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. There's the chest. All right, so we got some Dawn Crests. And is this a... Oh, that's a... Okay, that's a... It's right there. Okay. It's a house piece. It's a house piece. Alright. Alright, then we turn in. Alright, so the Voidspire. Alright. Mother, father. This... Okay, and Eretor is just in shock over losing both of his parents, apparently just then. Well, I mean, that's how it looks. It looks like we lost them both to the void. So, and this is for a back, but we already have a 246 back. All right. Well, we'll just pick one. We'll pick whichever one is gives us the most.
We must protect those in need.
Oh, man. Alright, so...
Be alert for opportunities to help.
Let me take a look. So there's... Okay, so Voidspire is all done. Alright, summary. Voidspire, Chron Cosmos. Alright. Quests have not been done yet. Alright, very into the new. War of Alliance chat. Okay, so we have not continued that yet. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, you know what, guys? Here's what we're gonna do, because I'm not entirely sure. Well, you know what? For all I know, it'll be just one more quest, and then it'll complete this chapter. So we'll just keep going until the chapter goes. So I don't know how much longer this video will be. Maybe another 2 minutes. Maybe another 20 minutes. You know, we'll find out. All right. All right. So Eretor's next quest for us is the Broken Sky, and he says, all those people, our army, our heroes, our leaders, gone. We are exposed here. Umbric's tether saved us, but we need to ensure we survive this. Report to Lorthamar and tell him what transpired in the Voidspire. I will get Umbric to safety and learn what I can here. So we're going to report to Lorthamar in Silvermoon City. So supposedly everybody that was in the Voidspire is gone. Supposedly we lost them all. So, shit. I'm sorry, hold on, my stupid back of my chair came out again. One second. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna have to replace this chair because this thing is so unbelievably aggravating. I'm gonna have to go get some Gorilla Glue to glue the screw in back there. Anyway. Okay. So now we report back to Lorthamar in Silvermoon. All right.
We need to let Lorthamar know what's happened. You go ahead of us. What can I do?
All right. I am ready to return to Silvermoon. All right. This will remove you from the raid. Be sure to loot first. Thank you for adding that in there, because some people do forget about that for sure. All right.
We need you in the fight, champion.
All right. So now we come back to Silvermoon.
The dark power pouring out of the Sunwell. I can feel it even from here.
Oh man, yeah, it's the Dark Well now. Oh boy, that's not good. That's not good at all. Alright, let's go back to Lorthamar. Yes. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. Alright. Alright, my Regent Lord, I'm afraid I have bad news for
We
you.
have made many sacrifices.
Yes. And he says this is a dark day. I am deploying my scouts to learn of what is transpiring in the world, while we use our remaining forces to defend Silvermoon City. Be ready, champion. We will have need of you soon. Alright.
Silvermoon prospers.
Alright. And we have a new quest from Lorthamar called Wake of the Dark Well. And now he says, the Sun Well, no, the Dark Well is overrun. Void spawn creatures swarm the regions where our greatest champions of the light held their ground to the very last. Champion, can you survey Quel'Danas? Find any survivors. If you tag them with these tokens, our mages will be able to teleport the individuals back. We must try to save as many as we can. Alright, so we're going to search for survivors on the Isle of Quel'Danas.
Champion, place these tokens on any survivors you find. They will allow my magisters to teleport them to safety.
Alright, so, some of the survivors that we're going to find Anduin, we're going to find Prophet Velen, we're going to find Farron Lothar. Yeah, of course our token woke character needs to be one of them. And 4 other survivors. Yeah, Anduin, important. Velen, important. All the other characters are just others. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Yeah. The fact that you're designated. Come on, Blizzard. You're. Come on. The stupid box-checking woke character is as important as Anduin. Screw you, Blizzard. Come on. Alright, so we are here on the Isle of Quel'Danas. We got, yeah, there's some nasties that are around here. All right. Oh, there's Anduin.
The survivors suffer under a stain of void corruption. I do not believe we can count on their aid for some time.
So they're all stuck with void corruption. So this is them saying that they're out of commission for a while. So we are not going to see Anduin, Prophet Velen, or Farron for a while. Apparently, there's Prophet Velen.
The sun will corrupted. The vanguard swept away as if they were nothing. How will we survive this?
There's Kalia. There's Moira. Alright, so a whole bunch of these characters are just going to be out of commission for a while. We're not going to get their help at all. High Prelatrata. Is the Zandalari representative, maybe? Hiding up in the corner over here. That is Tapu Sage Wind. That's one of our Tauren shamans. Alright. And Farron is going to be over here.
Is the Dark Well a foothold with Xal'atath? Will her devouring host spill out to corrupt all of Azeroth?
Alright, well, we rescued as many as we could. The Silvermoon mages have transported them to safe spaces of sport. Ominous thunder in the background. It's a nice little touch. Alright. Alright, Lorthamar. I saved as many as I could. So few, but the ones you saved are more than I had hoped for.
We need to assault the Darkwell and take it back from Xal'atath.
There it is. Alright.
With what army, Eretor? The Vanguard is gone.
Then we will find an army. Xal'atath's devouring host will not stay in Quel'Danas forever. All of Azeroth is in danger.
Yes. So we have to go over Xal'atath before things get even worse. Alright, and you saw the little thing pop up. That concludes this chapter of the Voidspire. Of the Light and Shadow. Which was... Yes, the War of Light and Shadow, Part 2, the Voidspire. Okay. Alright, well there you go, guys. That concludes Part 2 of this chapter. We had some unfortunate bad news. It looks like, here's the thing. I don't know if they're truly dead or not. Turalyon and Alleria are seemingly gone. Supposedly they're dead, but you know what? At the beginning of War Within, we thought we lost Khadgar, and he came back a little bit later on. So there's a chance we're gonna see Turalyon and Alleria at some point a little bit later on. They could be just lost in the void. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Alleria was not actually murdered and she just had the dark arrow cut out of her, and perhaps Turalyon and Alleria are just lost in the void somewhere. So I don't know. So guys, you know the deal. That concludes this chapter. That concludes this video. I want you guys to let me know what you think. This was my first time seeing this portion of the story. I want to know where you think the story is going. So, of course, first and foremost, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. That's what we do on this channel, is we talk about the story of the game. So put me on the spot, guys. Put something in the comments section. Let me know what you think is going to happen next in the story. What is going to become of Turalyon and Alleria? What is Xal'atath's next plan? What do you believe is in store for the citizens of Silvermoon? Do we have an unseen threat still that is lurking in the shadows that we still don't know about, that Xal'atath has not revealed yet? What is the deal with Luara, the Darkanaru? What does Xal'atath plan to do with the power of that entity to cover this world in darkness? Whatever comes to mind, guys. I want to get the dialogue going with somebody out there. Whatever you think is going to happen in terms of story, let's talk about it. Let's get some kind of dialogue going in the section. Somebody out there gotta have something in mind. So until then, I'm gonna go ahead and get this chapter loaded up, and when we come back on our next video, we will pick up directly where we left off with Eretor right here, and we'll see what the next chapter has in store for us. So hang tight, guys. We'll be back as soon as possible. So until then, you know the deal. Ta-ta for now.